Hello everyone, welcome back to Dawn for Life. Previously you loved my healthy recipes that are eczema friendly, and today I'm coming to you with one pumpkin and 3 different meals. These recipes are also great if you have any other skin problems, and they are so healthy, easy and quick to make. You can't really go wrong with it because there are not even exact measurements, and you don't need that. I don't want to put your hopes high, but if you're a real dummy at cooking, I really feel you can't go wrong. If you're thinking, pumpkin, so much work to put into it to make meals, so much processing, put the whole pumpkin in the oven. Once your pumpkin is about an hour almost done, you can start slicing some ginger and frying them up with some virgin coconut oil. After an hour, take it out. You can test it first by poking a knife through it. If it goes really smoothly inside, you know it's done. And once you've taken it out, all you need to do, slice it open, scoop out the seeds, and your soup is by now 90% done. With pumpkin soup, pumpkin recipes, you want a really good quality pumpkin because that's where all the taste comes from. If you have a good pumpkin, you don't need much spices and things like that. So try to get a really good quality pumpkin because you will need less of it for the amount of taste that you will be getting from it. As you could see, I cut up the pumpkin and I put as much as I can into the blender and store the rest away in a Tupperware where I can make them into roasted pumpkin really quickly and many other things. Once that's done, add in the ginger and the oil and add in water about halfway up the blender, halfway the height of where your pumpkin ends, so that it's easier to blend. Once blended, I pour it back out into the pot, and you could see that it's pretty thick here, almost like a puree. For the rest of the pumpkin puree, I just put it into the pot, add more water, and actually that's your soup. Just add water till the consistency you like, and then add some sea salt. I added some herbal salt in here. You can also add some turmeric for some anti-inflammatory action, which is great for your skin. And look at that! Wash the blender and one meal is done. I serve it with bread, sometimes with avocado toast, and if you're not sensitive to eggs, you can also make avocado egg sandwich out of it. And that was one simple weeknight dinner done. Now moving on to the second recipe, it's a buckwheat soba noodle recipe. Yum yum yum! This is so easy to make using the not leftover, I would call it meal prep. It sounds more sophisticated. The meal prep from the pumpkin earlier. This is on the next day. I was rushing off to class, and this was a lunch I made in just about 10 minutes or so. So all you need to do is get some buckwheat noodles. Buckwheat are really good if you have skin problems, and because it helps soothe and helps balance out the heat element in the body. I highly recommend buckwheat if you have eczema. It's a really good complement, and it also complements the pumpkin really well in terms of taste, like sweet and savory. For this second recipe, I just chopped up some onions, some mushrooms, and some broccoli. First of all, add in some coconut oil into your pan or your pot. Fry up the onions. I then add the broccoli for them to cook for a little bit. And then finally, once the broccoli are cooked a little longer, they need a little more time than mushrooms, then I add in the mushrooms, maybe about 3 minutes afterwards. And then all I did was add in this meal prepped pumpkin puree. And look at that. Doesn't that look yummy? So this next meal is something I was doing for the first time. So it looks like a little bit of a fail, but it's really good in terms of taste and in terms of ingredients. This time I used buckwheat flour with pumpkins. I kind of mixed them up together to make sort of like a pancake. And here you could see me using some basil and pumpkin. Oh my goodness, they taste so good. And basil is another herb that you want to incorporate into your meals if you have eczema or skin problems. They are really, really great for helping your body detox. I place about 2 heaping tablespoons of buckwheat flour and some water just to make it this texture, like a pancake-ish texture. I then add in some coconut amino and chopped up these meal prepped pumpkin. I love saying meal prep because I never meal prep, but yep, this is as close as I get to meal prepping. And then you don't need so much of the buckwheat flour, just something to help everything stick together. Maybe I'll come up with a better recipe. I know this is not exactly a recipe, but the thing is, with these recipes, you can't really go wrong. So no matter what, it's gonna turn out pretty fine. So I heated the pan. Try to use virgin coconut oil if you have skin problems. It really helps cool down the skin, helps balance pitta, if you are familiar with Ayurveda. Otherwise, do check out other videos on my channel on Ayurveda and the different body types, different eczema types, and stuff like that. So I just heat the pan, add in some oil, and basically just slap on this pumpkin buckwheat paste. It was so good. I kind of like my pancakes kind of burnt-ish, so I was happy to scrape off the dried parts because it makes them very fragrant, especially with the coconut amino. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Look at the garingness. Garing is like a Malay word for when something is crispy. Oh, I absolutely love that. 1 pumpkin, 3 different meals, healthy, easy, yummy, eczema friendly. If you try them out, let me know. I love hearing from you. Bye. Thank you.